A Simple Shoebox Gift by Alison Long. My name is Alison Long, and this is one part of our story that became especially close to my heart. In 1996, I read an article in Decision magazine about a ministry called Operation Christmas Child. It was a missions outreach that shared the love of Jesus with children all over the world through a simple shoebox gift. Something stirred in my heart after reading that article. Terry and I both agreed this would be a wonderful outreach for Calvary Salt Lake. That first year, individuals in our church packed 250 shoebox gifts. At that time, the closest drop-off location was in Southern California, so we recruited a family from the church to drive the boxes down there. We paid for their gas, loaded up the shoeboxes, and sent them on their way. The next year, in 1997, the church packed more than 400 shoebox gifts. Again, a family drove them to Southern California. Then, in 1998, I called Samaritan's Purse and asked how we could get a collection site established in Utah. That phone call started a journey I never could have imagined. Calvary Salt Lake became the first official drop-off site for Operation Christmas Child in Utah. Over the next 28-plus years, more than 500,000 shoebox gifts were packed by individuals, families, churches, and community groups throughout Utah and southwest Wyoming. Over the years, more than 50 churches opened their doors as official drop-off sites to receive shoebox gifts in Utah and southwest Wyoming. For me, Operation Christmas Child was different from many other missions programs. It focused on reaching children. It worked with local churches around the world. It equipped pastors, Sunday school teachers, and believers to share the gospel and disciple children in their own communities. The mission of Operation Christmas Child is to demonstrate God's love in a tangible way to needy children around the world, and together with the local church worldwide, to share the good news of Jesus Christ. It really came down to three things: evangelism, discipleship, multiplication. Evangelism, through shoebox distributions. Discipleship, through the Greatest Journey Discipleship Program. Multiplication, as one child tells others about Jesus. And it all starts with a simple shoebox gift. Over the years, people often asked me, why Operation Christmas Child? For me, the answer was simple. A shoebox gift opens the door. A child receiving a gift of small toys, school supplies, hygiene items, and a personal note could experience something tangible. Someone cared. Someone loved them. Someone wanted them to know they were not forgotten. And through that gift, the door opened for the good news of Jesus to be shared. Another thing I loved about Operation Christmas Child was that anyone could be involved. Individuals could pack boxes. Families could pack boxes. Churches, schools, and community groups could pack boxes. Some people packed one box. Some packed hundreds, packed thousands. It did not matter your age, income level, church background, or where you lived. Everyone could participate. It was hands-on missions. What you placed in that shoebox was what the child received. And when people included a letter or a picture of themselves or their family, it helped the child know that the gift came from someone real, someone who cared, someone who wanted them to know they were loved. I had the privilege of serving with Operation Christmas Child for more than 27 years in volunteer leadership. First, I served as a drop-off site leader at Calvary Salt Lake. Then I served as an area coordinator, leading a team of volunteers to reach our community and tell them about Operation Christmas Child. For the last 7 years, I served as a regional area coordinator for Utah and southwest Wyoming, again leading a team of amazing volunteers who shared the vision of OCC. One of the great joys of serving with OCC was watching the body of Christ come together. Area teams were made up of people from many different churches and backgrounds. They served side by side to promote Operation Christmas Child in their communities and collect shoebox gifts each November. It was beautiful to see the Christian church working together as one body to share the gospel. It reminded me that God was working far beyond the walls of our own church. We also saw God move on this side of the box. Families invited relatives, neighbors, friends, and coworkers to gather and pack shoeboxes. People asked why they were doing it. That opened conversations to share about their love for Jesus. We were also able to take teams to the Denver Processing Center, one of 8 processing centers in the United States. There, shoebox gifts were inspected, processed, prayed over, and prepared to be shipped to children in more than 170 countries each year. Working side by side with people from all over the country was such a joy. When God is at work, barriers seem to fall away. Over the years, Terry and I also had opportunities to be part of shoebox distributions in places like Mexico, Colombia, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. To see firsthand how a simple shoebox gift could open the door to share the love of Jesus with children, their families, and their communities was life-changing. I also had the opportunity to meet many shoebox recipients and hear their stories. Some came and shared with Calvary Salt Lake and other local churches. They told how one simple shoebox gift helped them understand that God loved them, that someone cared, that Jesus had not forgotten them. Those stories confirmed what I had believed from the beginning. Every shoebox matters. Every shoebox has the opportunity to touch a life for eternity. Operation Christmas Child began in 1993 by sending 28,000 shoebox gifts to children in Bosnia. Today, more than 244 million shoeboxes have been packed and delivered around the world. That is a testimony to what God can do through something simple: evangelism, discipleship, multiplication, the power of a simple shoebox gift. Life-changing. If you want to learn more about Operation Christmas Child, go to www.samaritanspurs.org/what-we-do/operation-christmas-child/